Okay. What happened, I forget what time it was in the evening, but I was working in the garage and the outside light was on. In the garage you can see through it because it's kind of
fiberglass.
Yeah, but you can kind of see through it. But anyway, I had my back to it and I was working in the garage, and the garage door all of a sudden shook. I don't know if it was trying to be opened or if it was something brushed up against it. I turned around to look, and I thought it was Judy. So I ran the house. I thought she was playing a joke on me, but she was upstairs working in the kitchen. So I went outside, and like I said, the outside light was on, and I didn't see anything at that point in time. So later on, she heard. So I have this blue bin I keep in the back of my truck, and I put garbage in it and stuff like that, you know. And she heard that moving around in the back of my truck. So I went out and checked it, and it was moved around a little bit, and the top was jumbled up like it was been opened. And okay, I just kind of, everything died down then. And then, if I remember right, we had later on that night, I was walking around in the dark, you know, in the house, and I seen 3 sets of eyes out here in front of the house. One was by the telephone pole out here. One of them was sitting real low. I don't know how big it was. There was one I estimated about 6 foot, because I was taking the branches at the time and trying to remember how tall those branches were and where I was standing and how tall these things would be.
6 or 8?
Huh?
8.
Well, I didn't
get the yard.
Well, anyway, there was another one that was really tall, and I guesstimated him the next day when I looked at the branch about 8 to 8.5 feet tall. And the eyes, I could see them, they were pretty wide apart, and they were all, and I could see all the eyes really good.
And what color was the eye shine?
It was kind of a bright, kind of a brightish, I would say maybe not a real white, but kind of an off white, or that's what I thought they looked like. But anyway, I stood there in the window and I watched them, and they just kept looking at me in the house. And the one that was about, I estimated around 6 foot, it kept kind of walking back and forth and looking and walking, you know, between them. They were all pretty close together. And the thing was there, the more I looked at it, the more my eyes adjusted, I could kind of see the outline. And as they moved, I could tell a little bit the difference in the dark, you know, that they were pretty good size, you know.
Wow.
But that was pretty much it for that rest of the night. And
we had a half moon that night, so it gets brighter out here. You could discern where the road started, the grass ended, and see the darkness on the other side of the road. So they were kind of silhouetted.
Yeah, but anyway, we had a sighting the other night. I was looking in the dark again, and I seen what's that? Rocks. Yeah, but over here, okay, before that, I'm sorry, I got to back up.
It's okay.
I heard a rock move, because we just unloaded a big pile of rocks right here by the house. And I heard a rock move like it was being played with, and woke me up. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of half asleep, and boom, got me right up. And anyway, I walked back here and I looked out, and I seen something. It was about, I guesstimated 6 feet tall, but it walked to the middle of the yard really fast, sat down, took his hand and reached out like it was doing something on the grass, and I went and hollered for Judy. I said, "Come here, we got us a squatch." And she come running out there, remember? Mm-hmm. And she,
no, it isn't. It's a deer.
She said it was a deer. Yeah, she said it was a deer. And
I went out squatching in my backyard.
And I wasn't going to try to explain things to her, you know, because when she's like that, I back off. Anyway.
He's trained well, isn't he?
But anyway, this thing, once we spooked it because we went to look at it, and I think it knew that we
I shined that little light. That's a tiny little light, and that's what it.
Yeah. And
got
then
up and.
It got straight up and then went.
To the edge.
Yeah, it went over to the next lot, and it turned around and you could see the eyes. you know, looking back. And anyway, that was pretty much the rest of that night, what we seen that night.
Well, there was like 3 out here that one night and 4 that night, because there was one sitting pat behind where the one went and sat right on the edge of that knoll. Yeah. One up in the middle and one up near the entrance.
Up there by the entrance, yeah, you can see the eye reflection there. But after that,
it blink and turn their heads and stuff.
But it kind of died down after that. I think it was around 3, something like that. Or
that was about
4.
3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway, this is all happening real early in the morning. And the other night, I walked out on the deck, and I seen the most beautiful set of eyes right up here by the entrance. And you know, it was the same eyes. And I went and hollered for her, but it didn't hang around. But
well, we
I did see it.
were playing spirit flute music that night.
Oh, and
that's
you were
right,
playing it outside.
Yeah, she had some Indian spirit music with flutes and drums, and it was really soothing, and we thought they would like that.
You could hear little twigs snapping and cracking, and they're all over up in there.
Yeah. Up in the entranceway, you can see where the fern, I think it's a fern.
Yeah,
it was pushed down like it was being sat on, and there was a lot of broken twigs up there, like as you seen last night, and pieces of wood laying in there like it was flattened out.
Wow.
Looks like something had been set, but. And then a few days later, I decided to take a blue bin and put her over there, and I filled it full of all kinds of goodies and stuff like that. But the stick formation wasn't there.
Didn't you say you had put rocks on the blue bin too?
Yeah.
Bricks, 2 bricks.
Well, yeah, after I put food in there. At first I didn't, I just put a small rock on there, but I found a couple of bricks a couple of days later, and I put the bricks on there, and then the rocks on top of that. There was 2 bricks on there. And then one day I took the bricks off to look inside, and everything was all jumbled around.
Wow, so they had gotten in there and then put the lid back on with the bricks on top of it.
That's what it appeared to me.
Wow.
And I put the bricks back on top exactly, because you could see where the outline where their dirt was on the bricks, exactly like that. And then, I'm trying to figure how much time lapsed. But anyway, there's a few times I went in, I checked the bin, there was no action. About a week, I believe. And then, I think it was maybe about a week or so ago, I went in there and the blue bin was gone. There was no food, no nothing.
The whole thing was gone?
Gone.
The whole thing.
And anyway, there was a squash that we put there. And we had a great big stake drove through the middle of it, and it had a piece of wood coming like this, kind of like a cross to hold it down so stuff wouldn't haul it off, like raccoons and whatever. It was a pretty good sized piece of squash. We drilled a hole on both ends of it. And when that blue bin was gone, that thing broke off.
It was pretty sturdy sticks. I mean, very sturdy. And I have another one of the stakes. It was probably about 3 feet tall.
And I drove
so he
it down
got it
about
in
that
the
deep.
ground. Oh, yeah.
But,
wow.
It took something to... They broke it off, but when we were there last night, all of that is even gone.
Wow.
Something pulled that out of the ground.
Over by the fence area, that's where that piece was, the top piece. They had the piece of wood where it was snapped off. And it was laying by the lay-down area where Scott Taylor thought that they were laying. That's where it was laying. But the stick was still sticking in the squash, but it wasn't last night.
No, I didn't know.
It's all gone.
Well, we'll go over there and get what's there now and film in a little bit.
Oh, we also have a nesting site over here on the other side of the hill. Have you seen that yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay, you guys
We'll go check
need
that
to see
out.
that.
Okay.
We put peanut butter and one of Sandy's jars in there before, and it wasn't touched for a long time. And then a couple of weeks later, or a couple of weeks ago, I went down there and checked it, and it was all opened up. I was giving up, thinking I was going to just take them jars away because nothing touched them, and then all of a sudden,
Patience. Yeah. Takes a lot of patience.
Yeah.
They opened that bin up, and those bins are the kind that with 2 lids that fold together in the middle.
Oh, okay.
To be
Oh,
flush,
that's fine, yeah.
you got to get it
Yeah.
just right.
I got one in the back of my truck. You can see it.
And when I heard that bin slide across his truck, and the lids fall shut, and I'm like,
Hang on
Wow.
your camera.
get
I'll
up,
show
get up,
you a
get up.
picture.
So it's like that one,
It
huh?
might be, or it might have been
identical.
thrown out and somebody's seen it and took it home because it's useful.
That's what it looks like. And that's how it opens up.
Yeah.
So that's what you left over there that disappeared. Wow.
And this
The
is,
other-
I have one of these in the back of my truck too. So that's what.
That's
she
what
here
was
is
moving around.
I have a
Wow.
question. When they were out here in the side yard, how long did you watch them out here?
Well, I seen it when it come way out. Came out
Yeah,
really fast
yeah.
and set down.
Yeah.
And once it sat down, maybe I watched it for about 10 seconds. And then that's when I went and got Judy. And
It was
she
still
came up.
sitting there. It never
Yeah.
unfroze itself.
So but in general, the whole episode that night, from here to there, and they're lined up. Do you
Probably
think?
what, a minute?
What?
A minute?
Oh, I think, but when you, from the time you saw him, got me, I went, got the light, came back, it moved, and then sat over. I'd say, oh, that's about a half hour.
Oh, okay. Well, it was.
So you
It was
watched
pretty
it for
fast.
quite a while.
The
Even
ones
though
that
they
were
move fast,
Yeah.
but the whole event. took
Oh, the whole
about a-
thing?
Yeah, the whole event.
Yeah, with the eyes shining and everything over there, probably. Yeah,
Half
probably.
hour.
the ones in the
I'd say
front
20
yard.
minutes,
You
maybe.
could see the route they took from the
Right.
driver's side of the truck. You know, where they were getting to the bin and stuff. You could see it because we had dew and everything was gray except where they walked. You
Yeah.
could.
Wow.
They would blink and turn their heads and look at each other.
Oh,
Wow.
Did you see where they exited or when they left? I mean,
Did you didn't? He
No.
got tired of watching them.
yeah,
Oh, I
they
got
started.
tired.
And there was, she found some looked like footprints out there the next morning. She went out there and looked.
Ah.
by the
Well, we
bridge.
found tracks out here, but I kind of disregarded one, and I'll
Oh.
give you that.
Okay.
I just
Now listen,
refused to have
I
them at my
found
door.
the most-
guys. I mean, when you realize
Too
that
late.
rock pile was right
Yeah.
here,
But how
truck's
about the
right
day?
there.
How about the day I found the most perfect squatch print
I don't.
right out here?
Ever. I don't.
It was dug. It dug up some pineapple. I think it. I
You're
think
about
it
it
was
forever.
squatch. And there's a print about this long, and to me that was the most perfect print I've seen. You know, since I've been
Because
around
there's
here.
dirt out there because we took stumps out.
It was real
Oh, so the
soft.
nice, soft, fluffy dirt.
Uh-huh. And it looked to me like it was a left print, and it was moving. It looked like the toe sunk, the big toe sunk in deeper, and she thought that was a deer print. You know, in where the toe was. So
Oh,
we,
okay.
Anyway,
I'm
we
still thinking it was a squatch, and she.
So the event in the front yard,
Uh-huh.
from start to finish, when you saw him, and then you went back to bed. How long did that event last?
A long time. It started. I can't remember the exact time.
No, you don't need to. But
Okay.
about
It
half
was
hour.
No,
Hour?
it was probably more like an hour.
An
You
hour
know,
that you
everything
watched
said
it?
and done with the eyes and everything, because I
Yeah.
just stood there and finally got tired.
That's a very long time to
Yeah.
actually have a visual so close, and yeah.
And they
But, I mean,
they were
just didn't
making
go
eye
away.
contact with you, so they knew you were seeing them.
I think they
I
know
don't know.
him. I think they know his truck. I think it's the same clan. It's just
Well-
a theory. They know his house. They go from his house to the fence site, same bin. They see his car driving by the fence site.
Well-
They've knocked.
Well,
Yeah.
Here's the truck. Here's the bin. And they're up here.
That means
and,
food.
and
It
Scott,
means there's something in there.
Scott told
know?
me when you're doing that kind of stuff to do this, like even if you don't see anything, keep doing that. And that's what I've been doing.
And what
so.
does that mean?
He says that means friendship in
Gorilla.
ape
Language.
talks. I believe that's
Thank
what he
Jane
said.
Goodall or
So I have a question about when they were out here in the yard. Did you hear any kind of vocalizations from them? Did they?
I hear there's one night I thought I heard some gibberish out here, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
But it
Okay.
may have been coming from houses. I don't know.
Okay.
But
They weren't communicating amongst each other that you could tell.
no, I can't say that.
Okay. Wow, that's really cool. Thank you so
Yep.
much for sharing this
Well,
with us.
No, and maybe possibly a whistle. I heard. But
When they
that's
were
all.
out here?
No, this is just coming from this area over here.
Oh, okay.
But that's all I know.
Okay. Wow, cool.
I'm looking forward to more.
Okay. Me too.
Here's the entrance, right here. This
Okay.
is where I see the beautiful set of eyes.
Just
up
right
here.
there.
Yep, from the deck.
Okay, so you were right up there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you were outside, not inside.
No, I was standing on the deck.
Okay.
see, there's a tunnel in
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I was
and this
standing
has
on the
been
deck.
disturbed.
That's right. And then I
Okay.
went in to get her.
Okay.
Okay. Now here's the entranceway right here.
Okay.
As you can see, when you go in, you'll see stuff that looks like it's been set on, and there's been some squatch or some sitting down in here. But I'll show you as we go in.
Okay. Yeah, just point things out to me as we go through.
Okay. Here is where there's seems to be, Judy had found the crib
Oh,
What she's saying
okay.
was up in this area right here. It looked like
Okay.
it's been taken out. But all these limbs and stuff looks like it's...
Oh, yeah, it's all pressed down in there.
And this right here it used to sit, it was sticking straight up, but it's all flattened out now.
Wow.
This, whatever kind of plant this
That's
is.
a fern.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sword fern.
But anyway, this is just what it is here. So I'll show you.
Okay.
further on.
Oh, look at this. We've got a freshly broken
Yeah.
stick
Yep.
right there. That's been freshly
This is just
still hanging.
This was not like this. I mean, this is since we played that music,
Wow.
and you know, it was just destroyed up in here.
Wow.
Well, I gotta show Barb where we had the camera. I'll show you the.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Judy's son come up here and set up a camera, and we put it right over here.
Okay.
Oh, step on it. And bungee corded it right here, kind of low, where it would catch anything coming this direction, that direction, or this direction.
Okay.
And here's some of the, what do you call it?
Oh, that's what you had on it.
Yeah, it's kind of deteriorating right now, but he had that on there, and here's a piece right here, see?
Oh, the
And this-
clump
no.
over there. Can
Yeah.
you point that out again to the
Yeah,
camera?
right here.
There, okay.
And it was all around the camera where you couldn't see the camera.
So it
And-
was covering the camera completely.
Yes, and when I come back up, this was sitting right there, and some was sitting right there.
So they had actually taken the camouflage off of the camera
Yeah.
and left it completely exposed.
And it was just, yeah, it was just sitting there.
And any pictures on the camera?
No.
Where is it?
Okay.
It's this one. See, there's this
Oh.
one used to be jammed in the ground,
Yes, it
sticking
was.
up,
Yeah, you can still see
but
the
now it's not.
the dirt. It's been knocked off, but you can still see where the dirt is
It's
stuck
been
on there.
standing up for months.
Yeah, so that was, you can still see the hole right there in the end where that was wedged into the ground. Wow, very cool.
And this
Oh, we've got it.
is kind of...
These are stuck in the ground,
Yeah,
both of those. Wow.
yeah, and there is impressions.
That's a really big one over there.
So there's a lot
Wow,
of that.
very cool. Look at this here. This has been twisted.
Busted there, isn't it?
Yeah, this is very similar to something I found very recently in Greenwater.
These have been broken. They were probably an old branch, but we didn't break them.
Well, pieces there.
Barb.
So this is the nest?
Part of the nest right here. See?
Wow, there's a lot of stuff piled up there.
Yeah. There was it was more built up before, but it's kind of deteriorating a little bit
It's
now.
decomposing and settling.
A little bit. Look back in here, Barb. At one time, that was probably a nice area to
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
hang out, you know.
Lots of cover, shelter.
About the same size as this one.
Wow.
That might be
But
another
I think
one
these have
right
been
there.
broken, see they?
Yeah, they're split. Look how far that's been stripped. You know,
Yeah.
it's not fresh,
Uh-uh.
but this has been stripped all the way back to there.
Yeah. That was one question that Sam had on that. Was if they look like they've been cut or broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, these look like, to me, they're like just in this limb right here. See, that's been busted.
Yeah.
These have been broke, see?
All this is broken, not sawed.
Sam, answer your questions, they've been broken.
They've all been broken. None of them are sawn off.
Yeah, they're all broken. Look at the one hanging right there. See,
Here's one stuck in the ground.
Oh, yeah, look at
All
that.
the way through this rubbish.
This is a nice one here too. See all the busted limbs there?
Look at this, Barb.
Yeah, piled up on top.
Look at
busted
these.
limb.
Bent and weighted.
Yeah. Bent
That
back.
naturally it doesn't do that.
It
Yeah.
looks like it's possible that they
Just piled on
put that
top
in there.
of this brush.
That's kind of packed down in there too, you know.
Yeah.
And the entrance way there too. One here. And you look in here, you'll see kind of like a fence.
Oh, yeah.
That's how Judy found this place.
Like blocking every little entrance.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. That's how Judy seen that. She knew she had something
Oh, look at this.
right there.
Holy crap. I don't know if kids did. No, I don't think kids would have done it.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't think I've maybe seen 2 kids since I lived here over
Really?
2.5 years.
That is
Look at
incredible.
all those sticks, and those are broken ends. They're all
Here's a fence area right here.
stuck in the ground.
Look at it and go to a different exit.
Oh yeah, it's
Right there.
totally blocked in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's so open in there, but see the entrances?
This is another view of what they refer to as the fence. See? All these sticks stuck in the ground. And I mean, they're dead sticks. They're broken at either end. And they are laid out here like a fence. You can see that, blocking this entrance out to the road. That's pretty cool. And then right here, just inside, we have this
Get a picture of this bedding over here.
that is stuck in the ground and leaning, propped up into it.
Yeah, that's where I was feeding.
We have another one, this one here,
Right there.
which is also leaning on there. And then what's really interesting, I think, is on top of it we have this little dead tree that has the roots right there, leaning on it. Okay, so then if we look over here, we have more of this fence where we have these sticks piled up.
Well, it looks like this is piled up on purpose here.
Yeah, look at
But
this,
it's got
all these
things
going
like
up,
This is where it was laying.
and
And
then
I found
one
open
across
jars in
here.
before peanut butter. And that stick I was talking about, I had to squash. Pushed
all
on
this
it,
here.
busted
And
off
then
laying over here, too.
right here,
So,
we're thinking this might possibly be something that was gathered to lay on. Let me back away here and give you a better idea.
But I had it
You
drove
can see
this
this?
far in the ground, and then they just broke the top piece off.
All these pieces here are just put into a pile right there.
Steak is completely gone. I thought it might have still been in the ground, but it's gone. So he must have
Wow.
yanked it out of there, the rest of it.
And it was over here, Dwight?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This is where I had the jars.
This is where you have the jars in the bin?
Uh-huh.
Then
Well,
this is
the
where
jars first.
Okay.
And then I had, then I got a cool stick formation. Then I brought in the bin with all the extra goodies. So
Okay.
And those are the bricks that were sitting on top of it.
yes.
The bin that vanished that you told us
Yes.
about.
So
Wow.
I think this might be a good place then to
Yeah.
leave our jar and our
Yeah,
recorder.
this is
Yeah.
where they eat.
So can I leave that right
Hey,
there?
wherever you want
Okay.
to there, partner. When the blue bin was, I disturbed it one time, or it was disturbed, I come back to check on it again, and I heard two gigantic loud cracks over this behind me, and I just got the hell out of here. You know, but I mean, it didn't sound friendly, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Left.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a stick break, right? It
No,
was
it was
two
a big
cracks.
limb, and I couldn't find it, where the limbs broke, but I know they busted down somewhere back there.
Wow.
Very cool.
But this
Very
is a
cool.
cool tree here, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Okay.
It's almost magical.
You know?
Pretty cool place.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Now, this one right here has been busted, but Judy said that was already broke. When I heard the crack, she said that was already broke before I heard the,
Yeah, that's not very old.
no.
It's solid wood. And it doesn't appear anything fell on it. It
Yeah.
just is.
Unnatural.
Well, I was driving down the road.
He stopped.
Okay.
What it was, I was looking through the side of my mirror. I was just kind of doing a scan as I was driving by, and I seen him like this. He went like this, and then I backed, and I went a little past. I backed up to see it again, and he was gone.
Was it dark?
No, it was kind of twilight, but you know, I could see him pretty good. See,
So,
right there, just like she
just
was.
like she is right there.
Except, no, she was sitting a little more.
Turn a little
yeah,
more.
there you go, just like that, and with your head this way, just like that.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were going down the road,
Yeah.
looked over, saw it,
I was right here,
right here.
driving on the side of the road.
Oh, okay.
Because I drive on the side in case somebody comes, and then I went past about this far. I said, what? Hit and reverse, come back like this, gone.
Wow.
So,
Well, that's really cool.
Poor Gabby.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I think she wants a belly rub. Do you need a belly rub?
Yeah. Yeah, look at that, huh?
Who doesn't like that?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.